Hey, Maximizers, welcome to my live. My name is Crystal, aka Krys the Maximizer. I am a strategic money coach, and I help moms create financial stability through proactive planning and strategic money management. And that's exactly what I want to talk about tonight on today's live is money management. And how are you manage your money? What help do you need with managing your money? What's frustrating you about managing your money? Now, I am a strategic money coach. I have been couponing for over 14 years, almost 15 years. Like this year will be 15 years. Like towards the fall is when I really started couponing. Everything happens for me in fall. Fall is like the season. But I've been couponing for over 14 years, and that led me into becoming more intentional and strategic with my money. I'm an avid budgeter. I've been budgeting for just about the same time. I've been budgeting. Thank you so much for those roses. I've been budgeting since high school, and I had my first job when I was like 14, 15 years old. So I have been managing my money since then. Over the years, it has evolved, but some of the same principles have stayed the same. So I would love to know in the comments where are you watching from, and let me know, how do you manage your money? How do you manage your money? Do you have a budget? Do you have a wing and a prayer? Do you just check your bank account and pay what you can? How do you manage your money? I would love to know down in the comments where you're watching from and how you manage your money. Hey, Tiffany is watching from Facebook. I am also live on all of my platforms: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. I am live on all four platforms at once. I am Krys the Maximizer to the core. I am maximize money, time, and opportunities. So if I'm going to go live on all one platform, if I can sit down and go live on all platforms, I can do that. I pay my savings first. Okay. Do you have your budget written down on paper? Do you have an app? Do you have an Excel sheet? How do you manage your money like month to month? Okay, Tiffany, I would love to help you. We are having the Better Budget Challenge, which actually starts tomorrow. And inside the Better Budget Challenge, hey, Andrea, inside the Better Budget Challenge, I'm going to help you save $100 in 3 days. But essentially, on day one, I'm going to teach you how to create a budget. On day two, I'm going to teach you how to coupon from your phone. And on day three, I'm going to teach you how to meal plan. And then day four is live Q&A. So if you want to join us for the Better Budget Challenge, you can sign up right now at krysthemaximizer.com. Our first training is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Merrill Lynch moderate aggressive portfolio here. That's great. That's awesome. That's next level. But what about your everyday funds, your bills, your expenses? How are you managing that money? What does that look like for you? The Merrill Lynch people are not upping your day-to-day budget, are they? If so, let me know. Something I'm not aware of. But what do you do on an everyday? Because what I find is sometimes people have a hard time deciphering their bills from their expenses and then figuring out like how to pay what. So a lot of people that I've encountered, a lot of my clients, they don't have a deficit of money. They have a mismanagement of funds. So they have enough money to pay their bills, but they're spending in a way that makes it look like they're living paycheck to paycheck. Put a number one in the chat if you can agree with that, where you're paycheck to paycheck, but you have enough money coming into your household in a month to pay everything. You are just not managing it appropriately. I just opened an online savings account with markets. I have billing. Luckily, they wire me money. Okay, that sounds great for you. Merritt says yes. Play money emergency fund. Okay, so what is play money? So you have play money and emergency fund. So you pay all your bills. What about your groceries? What about your transportation? What about if you have a car? What about if you have a vacation coming up? How do you manage my money? I started using my planner. Yes, I live by a paper planner, and some people live by Excel or an app. I don't care how you do it. I honestly don't care what your money management routine looks like. What I care about is that you have one. Do you have a process? Before you get paid, do you know what you're doing with your money? Does every single dollar have a purpose? That's what management is, managing the dollars that you have before you get them. When you are sitting down to budget, you should allocate your money before you get it. You should allocate your money before you get it. You already know your bills and you already know your spending habits. If you don't know your spending habits, go look at your past 90 days and see how you've been spending your money. I have different accounts. I love it. I love having multiple accounts. When I was at my last 9 to 5, I think I had like 6 checking accounts, and it worked so much better. It worked so much better for me when I had multiple accounts. I had that on a smaller version now. And what I'm going to teach you in the challenge is 4 accounts and 4 types of spending, or 4 buckets, I'll say. So that's what I'm going to teach in the challenge, my 4 account method, which is super helpful. I bought a paper planner. I wrote down everything I spend. Stacy, how did you feel after you wrote it down? I'm going to tell y'all a quick story about how I ate a MacBook in 2019. I've been budgeting, like I said, since 2008. My budgeting always really just looked like paycheck to paycheck budget. So I would literally, on every Friday in my calendar, because I got paid weekly for a long time, I would write on Friday, my paycheck, this is what I'm doing with it. In 2019, I hit a crossroads where I had an almost $80,000 salary. I had quarterly bonuses, and I was making multiple thousands a month from YouTube. Okay. So in 2019, for lack of better terms, I got lazy. I want you to put a number 1 in the chat if you feel like you got lazy. And I'm going to tell you what I did. I was eating out the wazoo. I had a fridge and a freezer and a pantry full of food, but I decided to eat out because I was too lazy to pick out a meal. I was too lazy to pick out what to defrost. And I was like, man, I'd rather sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Some of it was warranted, but a lot of it was just me being completely lazy because it's like, oh, I got the money. I had the extra money. I probably shouldn't have spent it on eating out. Okay, so I got super lazy. So around like not March, around May, I was like, not even May, around April, I was like, I'm gonna have to quit my job because it's early 2019. I was like, I need to quit my job. I need to know what number of money I need in the bank. So if I quit my job this fall, I'm good. I can take care of my house. I can take care of Kinsley. We can eat and I can run this business, but I need to know how much money I need. I went back and I looked at my past 90 days of spending. I went back to January. So I did January through April, and this was early May. And I realized that I had eaten out over $2,000 between lunch at work, DoorDash at home, eating out, grabbing dinner on the way home, grabbing a smoothie and a sandwich for breakfast at the tropical smoothie. I was disgusted. I about threw up. Why? Because since starting my YouTube channel, I wanted a MacBook. How much is a MacBook? The one that I had in my Apple cart with everything, all the accessories, it was like $2,100 with tax. I looked at those numbers and I said, Crystal, you ate a MacBook. And the reason why I said I was lazy, I was still buying groceries. So I spent that 2,000 plus we always had groceries. Freezer always stocked. Couponing stockpile was loaded. I was spending money. I was buying stuff. Put a number 1 in the chat if you feel like this. You have almost everything you need, but you're not putting it together to maximize the usage of what you have. So I was still grocery shopping 2 to 3 times a month, but eating out, probably cooking once a week, probably. After I sat down and I asked myself, if you really want to quit this job, you cannot keep doing this. Like, that was like $400 to $500 a month that I had pooped out, for lack of better terms. That could have been $2,000 to the MacBook. That could have been $2,000 towards my quitting fund. That could have been $2,000 on a vacation, but not in the toilet because I was lazy. Does that make sense? So after I wrote it out, I was like, whoo, child, there is power in the pen. I seen it in my bank account. I seen it on my credit cards. But it wasn't until I wrote out DoorDash 17 times and the groceries, the amount of times I went to the grocery store, and then food truck, Chinese, pizza, food truck. I was like, crabs. I was like, $2,000 I ate out. I ate a MacBook. So now I always put the MacBook with the amount of money I ate out because the MacBook is something that I wanted. The MacBook is something that would last me for years. The MacBook was an investment in me, myself, and my business. That would have been a much better use of my $2,000 than me pooping it out. So I sat down and I wrote it out and I was like, things have to change. And after that, I started to not be lazy. I started to better look at how I was spending my money. And just because I was making new money, right? An extra few $1,000s every single month. And this is at the beginning of Krys the Maximizer. This is the beginning of Krys the Maximizer. I'd only been on YouTube for maybe 7-8 months at this time. And it was all new to me having another consistent income that wasn't like 2 jobs that I had to go to and break my back. Give me some likes if this makes sense, okay? If you're with me. So from that in early 2019, I started to develop the budgeting and the money management habits that I have now. I got more intentional about my multiple bank accounts. I got super intentional about my expenses spending. And I got super focused on my savings because I needed to save as close to $10,000 as possible to quit. Probably 12,000, but I told myself 10 would be good. Okay. So she says, I use a journal, a page per month, money in, money out, go for saving, love it. I got a second job because I was living my life. I spent way too much. Agreed. Once I wrote it down, I was like, oh, meal planning is definitely a thing now. Overspend at the grocery store. Absolutely. So that's why on day 3 of my Better Budget Challenge, we're doing meal planning. I just went over all the slides for day 1, 2, and 3. Epic. Cannot wait to share them with you all that are in the challenge. But we are literally going to meal plan breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I'm going to teach you my meal planning strategy for all of them. Yes, when you put your spending into categories, you really see Amazon was on my paper too much. And there was a time where I felt like that about CVS because I would go every week. Like I was going every week, even though the transactions were like $2, $3, $1, $7. And it was all, I used all my Ibotta money and such to pay for it. It was just like, you're couponing too much. And then the pandemic came and it helped me stop a whole lot, right? But it was just like you see all of these things popping up and you're like, is this the best use of my money? Hey, Jocelyn, that's when I started asking myself the question, is this the best use of my money? So ask yourself that question as you are reviewing your spending. You don't want to shame yourself. You want to give yourself grace and you want to say, is this the best use of my money? If the answer is no, then ask yourself, how can I better use my money next paycheck, next month, next week? How can I better manage my money? We can't do anything about what we spent yesterday unless you bought something that you can return and you want to return it. But we can't change our spending habits from yesterday, a month ago, a year ago. All we can do is decide to be better moving forward. So for your money management system, I don't care what it is. It just needs to be something that works for you. You need a good handle on what money is coming into your life and what money is coming out. Also setting buckets for yourself of how much you are deciding to spend. So in the challenge, we are going to be talking about the secret to saving money, which is deciding and taking massive action. You're going to hear me talk about that a lot. You've got to decide the parts of your budget, decide how much money you want to spend, decide what you're saving for. Decide what you're going to do with the money that you're saving. Decide the actions that you're going to take to get you closer to your financial goals. All right. So I'll encourage you to sit down with yourself and come up with a money management plan. If you got paid yesterday or you get paid next week, sit down. My paycheck's $1,000. This is what I'm doing with the $1,000. Your savings should be in there. Any bills that you need to pay, any money that you need to hold over and pay for another bill, all those things need to be on your money management plan. Because if you don't have a clear picture, you are not doing yourself justice. You are not giving yourself ample opportunity to do everything that you want with your money. And a few of my clients that I started working with, they had very good salaries, very decent salaries, but they were overspending in categories like Amazon, eating out, clothing, even certain travel categories. They were like, I'm spending too much over here because my ultimate goal is to save $50,000 cash to put down on a house. I don't need to be, maybe going on a vacation every single month. Maybe I need to cut that back to like quarterly vacations if the $50,000 cash goal is my number one goal. So you've got to prioritize what's most important for you and your family and then double down on that. You've got to prioritize what's most important for you and your family and double down on that. Because if buying a house is your priority this year, then maybe going on 4 vacations, that's going to have to wait because I need to buy my house first. Or maybe you haven't vacationed in 3 years and your priority this year is to go on 4 vacations. Cool. How much are those 4 vacations going to cost you? Hey, Patricia, How much is it going to cost you? How much do you need to save? Where do you need to put that money? What do you need to do? Do you need a travel agent? What do you need to do to get towards your goals? Maybe it's to max out your Roth IRA, increase your 401k, do all your stocks and investment. Cool. Put all the money where it needs to go. Dallas, what are you doing? Okay. Are there any questions about money management? Any questions about money management? I honestly don't want to stay on here too long because I'm a bit exhausted. I've been on for 15 minutes. So if you have questions, let me know. I am still prepping for the challenge tomorrow. Everything is like 90% done. The slides are done. The workbook's done. The emails are scheduled. I have a couple more things on the back end to do, but the Better Budget Challenge starts tomorrow, and I'm super duper excited. I do have another person to welcome to the challenge to put on the wall. So if you are interested in joining us, the Better Budget Challenge is January 8th through the 12th. It starts tomorrow. And I'm going to be teaching you on day one how to create a budget, how to create a money management plan for yourself. Day two, I'm going to teach you how to coupon, how to use your phone and your rebate apps to save on the things you want, like, and need. Day three, meal planning. I'm going to teach you how to meal plan breakfast, lunch, dinner, and some snacks, so you're not spending all your money on food. And on day four, we're doing a Zoom Q&A. So you can come on and ask me all of your money savings questions. So if you want to join us in the Better Budget Challenge, tomorrow is the absolute last day you can join. I'm closing the enrollments tomorrow. You can sign up at KrysTheMaximizer.com. You should sign up tonight. So sign up tonight so you can get the emails in the morning. But you can sign up at KrysTheMaximizer.com, and it's $30 for the challenge. I need to learn how to use coupons. I would love to help you. It's a holistic strategy. So I do budgeting, I do couponing, and I do meal planning. They all three go together. They all three go together to help you be more intentional with your money, but most importantly, see the money you save in your bank account. So we're going to welcome Calivia to, am I saying it right? Calivia. I hope I'm saying it right. Calivia to the Better Budget Challenge. I'm going to put her up on the wall behind me. Does anybody have any questions? If you want to join us in the challenge, it's at KrysTheMaximizer.com. Tomorrow's the last day, and then I am closing it up. Tomorrow's the last day to join us in the challenge. So we're going to add her to the wall. I'm so excited. So excited. All of these ladies have joined us. And we're going to be partying in the Better Budget Challenge. We start at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. We start at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And I'm happy you have your budget planner. I just sent out 2 more emails about the challenge. So you should have your workbook. Make sure you get in the Facebook group. You should have everything that you need for the challenge. Any questions? Dallas. Questions that's not for Dallas. Any questions? Hey, I'm on, whoops. Hey, I'm on live and your timer is going off for your food. Dallas, what's your question? Does anybody else have any questions about money management or the challenge? I'm really about to go take a shower and get in bed because your girl was tired. Okay. It's been a very long day, but productive. I took a fake nap, took Kinsley to the park, got my 10,000 steps in for the day. So I'm super proud. I'm finishing smoothie number 3 right now. Any questions? Dallas, go ask your mother for $100. Don't ask me. I'm not giving you no money. Dallas is my little niece. I don't see any questions. Join me in the Better Budget Challenge, y'all. That's all I'll say. I'm going to send out another email to my email list for those of you who haven't signed up. Yes, if you want to upgrade to VIP, just email me and you can upgrade. VIP has 2 additional Zoom sessions. One of them is tomorrow and the other one is on the 17th. So if you want to upgrade to VIP, just message me and I can literally add it to your account. Yeah, we can do that. So if you email me and you're already in and you want to add the VIP, so you get 2 additional Zoom sessions with me. So you'll get one on day 1 and then you'll get one after all 4 days, which is super nice. So no, Kinsley is not asleep. You can call her. Make sure you call the email and not my phone number. She just got out the shower. Okay. Anybody have any other questions before I go? Because I'm going to get me some rest. Now look at her calling. It's going to mess up my live. Any additional questions before I go? Y'all have been awesome as always. I will do my best to try to go live tomorrow one last time, but for the challenge, I'm going to get set up here. I got to bring my table back up here because me and Kinsley were painting canvases, and that's our like craft table that I use up here for my upstairs office. So if you have any additional questions, you can DM me on Instagram or TikTok, and I will see my challengers tomorrow night, and I will see some of you tomorrow.